Good morning.
Good morning.
Can you please state your name, spelling your last for the record?
My name is Sam Shields, S-H-I-E-L-D-S.
Mr. Shields, what do you do for a living?
I used to be a laborer with Legstrong Industries, but since the car accident, I haven't been able to work.
Mr. Shields, when did you get into a car accident?
September 4th of 2016.
Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about that day. Do you remember how it began?
Yeah, I do. I didn't have to work that day, so I went over to my grandma's house to help her out with some chores, and we were also going to celebrate my cousin's birthday.
Now, at your cousin's birthday, did you have anything to drink?
I had 2 beers with dinner. We like to have an early dinner, and we have a really big meal.
What time did you have dinner?
4 o'clock.
So then what time did you leave your grandmother's house?
3 hours later, 7 o'clock.
So when you left, did you feel intoxicated at all?
No, not at all. Like I said, it was a really big meal, and I'd only had 2 beers, and it was 3 hours before I left, so I was not intoxicated at all, no.
So when you left your grandmother's house, what happened?
I got into a car accident.
Do you remember where you were when you got into a car accident?
I was about 2 blocks away from my house on Kessel Road.
Can you describe for the members of the jury what Kessel Road looks like?
Yeah, Kessel Road is your average residential street. There's apartment buildings and houses on the sides. And sometimes people park their cars on the sides of the road so it can get a little bit narrow.
So where were you when you first saw the car that hit you?
Well, the car was about a block away from me.
Did you notice anything about that car?
Yeah, it was driving really erratically.
Mr. Shields, what do you mean by erratic?
Well, the reason that I noticed it at first was that it blew right through a stop sign, and then it was swaying back and forth across the road. It was like the driver wasn't even looking at the road.
Well, did you see what the driver was doing?
Yeah, I could see that the driver was slumped over the steering wheel of the car.
So you saw that the driver was slumped over the steering wheel of the car, and then what did you do?
Well, like I said, I realized that he wasn't looking at the road, and I knew that he was going to hit me, so I tried my best to move out of the way, but I wasn't able to get out of the way far enough.
Well, then what happened?
He smashed into the driver's side of my car, and the next thing I remember, I woke up in the hospital.
Mr. Shields, did you ever find out who was driving that car?
Yeah, it was Bobby Daly.
How did you find that?
Black foundation.
Overruled. Let's lay the foundation.
Yes, Your Honor, we're just about to.
Okay.
Mr. Shields, how did you find out that it was Bobby Daly who was driving that car?
I was told in the course of the preparation of this trial.
Objection, hearsay.
Your Honor may be heard.
Yes.
We're using this to show the subsequent actions of Mr. Shields bringing the lawsuit that we're all here in court today for.
Very well. You want to respond?
No, Your Honor, submitted.
Very good. Overruled.
So, Mr. Shields, just to clarify, why are you bringing this suit?
I don't want this to happen to anybody else. I don't want anyone else to get hurt the way that I got hurt because the defendant didn't report his patients.
Thank you, Mr. Shields. Thank you, Your Honor. I have no further questions.
Very well. Cross